Hello everyone! In the first video about my cats, I promised that in the next part I'd tell you about other pets. Even though we haven't gotten enough likes yet, I can't wait to tell you about my dogs. And if you can't wait to hear my story, then give me your thumbs up. For a long time we had only cats at home. Well, I told you about that. I saw the dogs only in the village at my grandpa's. He had two dogs, Nancy and Mukhtar. Nancy was a very intelligent and obedient dog. She could tell exactly friend from foe, knew commands, and always ran only along the beaten tracks. Nancy, come! Good girl! Mukhtar, on the other hand, was such a fool boy. He chased everyone, often got stuck somewhere, and stole my crossbones. Green, would you give me another bun, please? Have you finished yours so fast? Uh-huh. And when Mukhtar ran up to Nancy to play, I thought she would do like this. You, who taught you manners? Anyway, they were all dogs in the country, but I dreamed of having a dog in my city, in my apartment. Once a classmate told me that her friend was giving away Russian Spaniel pups for free. Of course, they were not purebred. Paws were long, ears were short, but I didn't care at all. I immediately proceeded to beg my parents to adopt the dog. They let me do that, but my dad gave me a whole lecture on how to choose the right puppy. Something about the roof mouth that shouldn't be black, otherwise your dog will be evil or what, and about the structure of a dog's skull.
And remember, avoid those with extra toes on their paws.
But when I saw those cute little pups, I seemed to have forgotten about everything my dad told me.
So, how many toys should a dog have, huh?
Never mind. We named her Note. But we shouldn't have, I'd got to say. She barked so loudly and every time in different ways. Sometimes she barked so squeaky, and sometimes she could bark so that even Amstar was scared. What's more, she wagged her tail in a very funny way. Or I'd rather say she didn't have a tail, so she wagged her funny butt. And you know what? She had a black figure of 8 spot on her butt. I loved her so much, even though she was naughty and often chewed everything. Once I came home from art school, I was absent for 3 hours. And I saw Note chewing the paint off the pipes in the bathroom. As a result, her face got swollen because of an allergy to paint, I guess. I was shocked. Where is my lovely spaniel? Isn't that a Sharpie or something? Thank God the next morning it was all gone. Phew. I could call Note my true friend, cause when my leg was broken, well, remember, she was always by my side and entertained me in every possible way. What's more, she also snored very loudly and often ran somewhere in her sleep, probably to chase bikes. They truly held a special place in her heart. Have you ever had a dog? Write in the comments. I do love reading your comments. Bye-bye, guys.